Typically, depending on what grade a student is applying for, we require the SSAT, the ISEE, the PSAT, SAT, or ACTs as part of the application process. Now, for this year, for students applying for the fall 2021, Andover is test optional. However, if English is not your native language and you do not attend a school where English is the primary language of instruction, please plan to take either the TOEFL or the IELTS. The other major change to our application requirements is that we are conducting all of our admission interviews virtually.
We decided to change this year's application requirements because we recognize that this process can be stressful, and particularly in this year, we felt a sense of responsibility to reduce stress for our applicants as much as possible. We know that access to standardized testing in the current environment is not universal. Given the extraordinary diversity of our applicant pool, we have students applying from all over the world, from all socioeconomic backgrounds, and concerns about their health and safety. We wanted to add this level of flexibility so that any student who is interested in Andover can complete our application.
Even before this year, we have always had a practice of multiple admission committee members reading each file, reviewing and assessing applications in a comprehensive way. In the past, we have reviewed standardized testing scores only after reading all other parts of the application. So we've had practice in reading applications with standardized testing as the very last piece for review. We have not had a minimum required score or a cutoff score, and with test optional this year, that process will continue. As part of our test optional pilot this year, we will consider any standardized test a student chooses to share as a supplemental piece of your application. Students who do not submit standardized testing will not be penalized in the admission process.
If you have access to a standardized test this year and you would like to take it, feel free to do so to supplement your application. Some students feel there is an educational benefit to taking standardized tests. If you don't have access or feel this would add stress at this time, please remember that we are test optional this year. If you wish to supplement your application with a standardized test you have already taken, we will consider school, state, or country mandated test results from the previous 2 years.
In an all-school meeting recently, our 16th head of school, Dr. Raynard Kington, was quoted as saying, "Each person has their own path in the world, and each one is different. And I admire people who find their path." And Dr. Kington gave an example of an American educator named Septima Clark, who didn't go to Andover, but who found her path to give back to the world. We think about Andover's values of non-SIBI, not for self, and educating youth from every quarter, and how we value each and every application because we value the student behind the application and the contribution they will make to our community and to the world beyond. We try to understand who you are as a student in the context of your individual circumstances, and we know you are much more than just one piece of your application, like a standardized test score. If you haven't started your application, don't worry. Our application deadline is February 1st, which is among the latest of all independent schools. Our advice would be to spend 10 minutes before you go to bed and start thinking about your application. Don't rush it, but please finish your application ahead of our deadline. We are looking forward to getting to know you and to helping you find your path to Andover. If you need our assistance, please reach out to your personal application advisor in our office. We are so grateful for your interest in Andover, and we wish you all the best in Andover's admission process. Thank you.